3, 2, 1, fire. One fire.
I think I have muted myself. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I don't know. What's up, Concrete? Can you hear me now? There we go. Okay. Now I have myself muted up. Okay, we good now. Okay, we good. Okay, good morning, the lovely Beverly Biggs Levy. Good morning, good morning. You know, she's going as a write-in for the third ward. I don't know what's going on. They always doing something. Okay, loud and clear. Thank you, thank you. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I don't know how I kept muting my it's rough on this end. Okay, Yogi G. Mama Quill in the building. I ain't going nowhere. Good morning, good morning. The lovely Avis Hopkins. What's good morning, Marcy A. Talbot? Good morning. You see one of the Mars and tapped in, and you know it was early on her time because she West Coast. Okay, make sure I miss the lovely Carolyn Hendricks in the building. Good morning. The lovely Terry Nixon. Good morning. I don't want to miss nobody. I'm gonna go back. Debbie Clark, one half of the Wonders twins. How you doing, beloved? Loving me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The good brother Michael Cooley. You see where he coming from? Greenwood, Mississippi. 662 point of order. So keep that pressure on Davina. They whooping our ass down this down this way, Mike. No, we should be good now, family. I can't. Okay, Demetri Patton, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, let me see. I should have been the guy caught up. There we go. Everybody said they hear me now. That's cool. That's cool. What's up, Michael B? Thank you for tapping in. We having all type of problems this morning. The lovely Linda Chilton, good morning. So what she said, I thought I had peanut butter in my ear. I couldn't listen. I didn't. I should have figured something was up because I'm like I ain't even hear the intro when it came on. Hope Beasley, good morning. The lovely Lanita Murray, good morning. What's up with you, good brother? Thank you for tapping in. The Wigster in the building. Tina Tina Smith, good morning. What's up, Mr. Classic? Well, boy, handle your business. You know, sometimes we'll call it TMI. Sometimes it's TMI. You ain't gotta let everybody know what you're doing, man. But I'm on mine. What's up, Tony, man? I don't know what I witnessed last night. I know y'all saw it. I don't know what I witnessed, but I'm hoping we can get through it. I don't know, y'all. I feel like I'm on something right now. Deborah Luna, how you how you doing? And I'm drinking my coffee. I feel like I had a hangover last night after watching Council. I'm telling you, so many things going on. I don't know what I saw last night. Let them know, Dreamer. Tell them to subscribe, like, and share. Because, I mean, all I can say, the mayor is like, Flint is in a terrible, terrible place. It's like it's a cloud. Oh, yeah, that game was, I listen, after looking at Council, I knew we was going to lose. Hey, make it do what it do. I'm telling you, till I watched that when I was looking in Council, how that thing went down, I said, yeah, we hit. I had hope for the Pistons last night. I'm telling you, I had hope. What up, Katie? Thank you for tapping in. I had hope. But after seeing Council last night, man, listen. So much BS going on. And I'm not saying nothing. I get it. Everybody heart be in the right places. But I mean, if you ain't doing something like this, I got this. I wanted to put this up here for the family. I wanted to put this up here, and y'all take it how y'all want to take it. But if you know, it's been blueprints on how to get things done right, and I got this off of X, as you can see. Man, we ain't got no activism going on. Hey, now we're gonna win in 6. I hope it don't go 7, but all them free throws. But check this out, family. Y'all let me know, do we got this going on in the city? Y'all let me know, do we got this type of leadership? Just y'all let me know. Shut up and y'all let me.
The Black Panthers built arguably the most effective grassroots mutual aid programs in American urban history. They did that. That happened. Free breakfast for children, free medical clinics, free legal advice, free pest control in housing projects where the slumlords let rats run rampant, free transportation for the elderly, visiting incarcerated family members, programs that worked so well that the federal government had to copy their breakfast program and turn it into a federal school breakfast program just because the Black Panthers had proven the demand and how to do it, how to meet that demand.
Okay, fam. I hear you, Wig, but Hassan Pinchback, thank you for tapping in. And good morning, Tracy Glenn. But I'm just saying, do y'all see that running around here? Deborah O'Neill, thank you for tapping in, beloved. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see any, that type of thinking going on in the city? I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm hearing a lot of things. And I mean, I thank you, Mama Quill. Thank you. Thank somebody at the door. Hold on 1 second. Oh no. Drop the phone. No. No problem. I'm back, family. Some of us hate ourselves. Let me see. Too many Chiefs. You right about that, Deborah Luna. Too many Chiefs. Let me see what KD said. Said some of us hate ourselves. That's rampant. But I'm just saying, it's so many things you could do. Like Demetra said, no. I'm just being honest with you. It's like so many things you could do. It's a lot of us. We not. What's up, C Wiz? Thank you for tapping in. Like I said, it's not. We're not proactive. We reactive, and it seems like they be waiting to see. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what other people do, how to. Then they want to jump on top of it. Like we in this sticky situation with leadership. And then you just see all the things that they said doing. We got so many organizations. They could have been and did that, got together. I do hope. And with good morning, no trouble. Thank you for tapping in. I do hope on a serious note, and I am seeing some serious people. And like I said, I was listening to, like, I watch Council. I listened to what JWC was saying. Let me see. Black people need to unite. Yesterday video you played, it said it all. They don't want to. They don't want to do that. Mara said, "Tar, we're not even on the same agreement." That's why I can respect that. Court Center. Yeah, I'm not Court Center. Court Street. That organization. Did you see how that they went and got the neighborhoods, even though it was a cultural area? But you see how them organizations got together and the mayor gave them 400,000, and they went and did what they did, even though they came and got their stuff together. Court Village lady last night. Thank you, Mark. Last night is an activist for her people. She showed the deliverables last night were our 501c3 deliverables. There are not many activists that can't show their work. I'm trying to tell you. Let me see what Deborah 100 million can fix more things in a high school. I mean, like, listen, I saw that last night and down there and was just looking at it and like, can you be mad? It just let us know where our priorities is at. It's a doggy dog world. I better, I got to get mine. You got to get yours. And that's what I'm saying. You see the things that's getting put down. We ain't seeing none of that stuff, man. Most of these people is in it for themselves. I'm telling you, in it for themselves. There's so many things that could be done. And I'm, it's just like that Court Village thing. Just it blew my mind last night. It blew my mind. And you mean, and it don't seem like they went and got no contractors and didn't know what they was doing. Deborah Luna said it's a diverse neighborhood. But I mean, you mean to tell, but listen, Deborah, they last night, they went and paid, got people water bills caught up, taxes caught up. Just let that sink in. Don't make no sense. They went and did things that you would have thought, and this what it goes back to when May said he wanted to get, when he was trying to say each ward should get $1 million. Now, with the people they got in there, I wouldn't have gave no $1 million to. Let me just be honest with you. I wouldn't have gave them 50 cents. But you ain't got no thinkers like that. And them Black Panthers, them was young people too. Too many black people want access versus helping the community. Facts. This is all. This is like when you don't see stuff like that. And like I say, it's been lessons. You ain't got to invent the wheel. You said that neighborhood. Let me see. That neighborhood group comes to your door to give you the help, and you mean to tell me, like, yeah. Listen, family. You had. This is where it gets scandalous at, and people better wake up. That organization went over there, even though it was a culture area. They helped the area. But when you saw the first ward was able to get some money, and I'm not mad at him. He went and helped his property. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want your shit together too. But I mean, do y'all understand the people y'all getting in there in these seats? Liddell, she didn't have the understanding to be like, I could have advocated, but you know what she wants? She want money in her pocket. Like even with her getting her 30,000, so many allegedly things that went down. It's crazy. It's crazy, Miss Man. I'm not saying that's why I said allegedly. That don't make no sense. That don't make no. What's up, Georgia boy? Top of the morning to you, good brother, and the lovely Eleanor Wicker in the building. See, let me see what Mark. I looked up the Court Village 501c3, and it is legit. She takes only $60K salary and gives away the rest of the money. I would love to see the church's books in Flint. They have way more, but do but do less. Shit. Did you see the church's books? It'd be everybody going to jail. Good morning, the lovely Tasha Lynn. Thank you for tapping in. I mean, but that do make sense. Like, that's what I'm saying. Not not every nonprofit is bad. It's just we seeing these ones because some of them is on your council who got nonprofits. Like I said, I know, man. Let me see, May. Katie said, why didn't the other council members have 501c3s in their area? Mirror what Court Street I is doing. Listen, we don't know who got them. You know what? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could come up here and explain. It's just that lady from the Court Street came and really made an ass of the ones, like I say, even with the first ward councilman. But he took the money and went and did his property. Nothing wrong with that because he got to look at life after council. But do you want somebody like that representing you in the third ward? Sir Gregory said, now we now know the problems. Can we now start repairing the problem? We cannot have people without money managing money. And that is basically what you're running into. Cassandra Scott, good morning, beloved. Good morning, Shantae. Thank you for tapping in. I mean, but this is what you get. Do you think Neely really wanted people in that would do the right thing? He needed that 5 votes or 6 votes to secure what he got going on. But like I'm telling y'all, family, every time I go to sleep and wake back up, I'm in a different direction. Only one direction I wake up on every time is that I know we in some BS. I'm telling you right now, I know we in some BS. It's so cold-blooded, it's diabolical. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, Court Street wanted to help their neighborhoods, and they did. They helped it, in that area. You mean to tell me couldn't nobody else didn't know how to do that? What's up, good brother Marcus Fielder in the building? Say good morning, good morning, family, Fairfield, California, brother Mickey. Do you happen to know the percentage of black families living in Flint before Neely and current governor? What's the percentage today? Offhand, no, I'll have to look it up. But I still think it's I want to say it's like, no, I don't want to take a guess. Can one of y'all help me out in the chat and put it up in there? Say we too busy begging for help, crying about being abused. We need salute facts. We surely do. That's why I was saying when I be looking at even with the pass for the Central Park, what they got what they wanted passed. I'm not mad. That's why I was saying, people, you need organizations that's in your area that will really fight for you. You seen, your councilwoman in the second ward, what her attitude was. You see what her attitude is. It's all about self. You see the first ward councilman attitude, all about self. Third ward, hers, all about self. Same thing with Judy. Same thing with at least Candace for that certain area. Them two strong organizations over there. Got Court Street and that Central Park. She working hard for them, and it's probably one more. I can't think of that. In that, I think she do be dealing with the Evergreen with them. Maybe them three organizations, but I see the two, and I'm starting to think: do our people need to? Do we need classes on how to do better, man? Because it's like it's the ones who know. You would think they would be trying to pull the rest of us up. You think shit? You said I think Liddell is willing to drop out. Nah, she working on something else. I don't see Liddell just walking away like that. She working on something else. I think she probably didn't realize she been had. You see, this population in Flint is 79,073 in 2026 and 56% black. Thank you for that, Sir Gregory. I'm just telling you, family, I looked at this last night and was trying to figure it out, even going through. I got a shout out to the podcasting for the culture, man. They always accept my stuff I be trying to put in over there. They always accept anything I deliver, they let me take. But I am going to tell you, I do like some of the things that's going on, but family, we better get some people who know what they doing. That's going to come in and going to get to work. And then you is going to need some people. And I will say this, you're going to need some ones who want to build. Like I say, we not a destroy. We done been looking at this neighborhood. I even listened to my man, I want to say, was it Michael? And he said, we've been having these problems. But I think we've been letting them just looking away from it. And we've been letting these things simmer because this ain't like this stuff just started overnight. There's been years of nonsense. There's been years of nonsense. And this just show you that the organizations, and I hate to say it, they not getting the job done. And this ain't no knock. It just means, like, listen, when you're not getting the job done, it's going to reflect it. Same thing with your spiritual leader. Can black people manage? Let me see what Sir Gregory said. Mickey, here's the question. Can black people manage other blacks? I think we could if we can get out our own ways. It's been, we done show we can do it, but we just so cutthroat right now. You got the ones and it's crazy even in the black community. That's why I be talking junk when I be saying the bootleg. You got the ones who got it. Somehow they try to separate themselves from the ones who don't got it. And then you got the in-between people, between the ones who got it, the ones who don't got it, and the ones who in the middle. And that's really what your disconnect at. Because even the ones, like I say, the ones that's in the middle, we don't even know how to reach amongst each other. That's like you having this problem right now. I get it. I hope a lot of other people, and like I say, I'm watching social media. I'm seeing people get up there, and that was a beautiful thing, like people is. But I feel like, and I was saying this when Tanya used to be here and record. Good morning, Kenneth. Thank you for tapping in. Good morning, Sherry Allen. Thank you for tapping in. But see, the problem is we don't know how to spend the money in the right way. And when I was saying it, maybe I wasn't saying it right, but I'll go back to what I was telling y'all about what kind of what Mayor Neely did, even though he stole that from Don, a former mayor, Don Williams, no longer with us, with them ambassadors. You need something like that now, ward ambassadors. White people playing, but not the way they want it. You need somebody you're gonna be able to put in that can go into their area and talk to the youth, talk to these situations where you can be doing some conflict resolution. That's why you need them community centers. You need that. You know what I'm saying? You need that. Now I don't know what name you can use because I don't know too many people that you're gonna get talk to no police. Let me just be honest with you. So you're gonna need some of these OGs, as they saying. Okay, let me see. Okay, from the Richmond. He said, thank you, fam. Keep an eye on that 56% number to see if it goes up or down. I noticed how my hometown, Richmond, California, black families percentage dipped. It's not the same now. For sure. Oh, they working on that here. Let me see. We do not hold each other accountable. I can't believe neither Leon or Liddell was able to solicit enough residents on the ballot list. Because you see the game that's being played, KD. But you're gonna need some of these OGs that I mean, this is what I mean. I'm not probably saying it right. I remember I was saying a liaison, but you need somebody and maybe a ward ambassador and put these people on the payroll and have them centers in every neighborhood. Like maybe every neighborhood not gonna need it because like all the violence is not all over in every 9 wards. But as far as that first, second, third, fourth, maybe some of the fifth, depending on what part, and the seventh, and while they study tearing these things down, you need that where people can come to the communities. You need them neighborhood block things again. A lot of the stuff that build communities, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that. And I don't know why people. I mean, I get it. Some of the council person might be scared where if my ambassador but you're gonna need that now. Who can go out there and talk to the community? Who is not scared can go talk to the youth in them areas. I'm not saying you're gonna need them in all 9 wards, but you're gonna need some of these OGs. Good morning, the lovely Lydia McNeely. You're gonna need some of these people who can get out there like Brother LaRon in the nation. Like, you need people. I'm even looking at the good brother Deland Crockett. I see what he doing. He gonna do some dinners, I'm thinking, this Sunday for the mothers who done lost. But I'm saying that's things that you can go ahead. Why ain't no council person getting with him? And if I'm not mistaken, he first ward. Why they not linking up with him? And like I said, that brother also cook and do construction work too. Why it ain't no organization like that was representing the first war where that brother could have did. So I'm not gonna lie, I did see Quincy gave Brother Crockett when he did over there in his park. What up, Salty Chef? Thank you for tapping in. That's the brother from Saskatchewan, Canada. I mean, like we can have so many forward thinking, but look who we got running the show, running the plays. There's so many brothers, man, that's respected out here that they can go get. There's so many brothers that they can go ahead and go get, but we don't support like we supposed to support. There's so many that you can get who want to see different. That's why I just been sitting back, watching what's going. I've been watching everybody. I'm loving it, but we gotta have conflict resolution. And the only thing I just be, you know what I'm saying? Well, I keep that to myself. We don't have ward captains, KD. Maybe that's what we need. Do y'all? No, I believe that's what they are called. They are paid and pulse of the community under council. Facts. But see, they get so scared here and be worrying about is that person get too much of the ward and might beat them out their seat, be challenged. Let me see. We need community within the community, similar to the concept it takes a village to raise a child, but it also help adults. Facts. But them some of the things that you do need. I mean, that's what they should be called. I was just using ambassador because that's the only thing I could think of off the top of my head. Maybe we do need ward captains where you can get them and put all these different things together. Where you can have, Hasselbringers, they want to call it the Maze Center. You could have had the council person have an office up in there, have your ward captain running the office up out of there. Okay, you got the director over there, but these things you can help that first ward. How to do the same thing in the second ward. Do the same thing in the third ward. You need to have these things did in each ward where people, fourth ward, fifth ward. where they can reach to, you know what I'm saying, where they can come to. There's so many things we could be doing, but and yet, you know, they gonna let this thing go ahead. To me, I think they want it to spiral out of control, in my humble opinion, because there's so many things that you could have been doing. There's too many these organizations here. Too many. Let me see. Can a lot of times it's due to the availability, the supplies and materials. You heard the lady say she had volunteers helping for free. Let me see what people were saying. How do we know it is the youth that is terrorizing the community? Just remember, Leon was seen on video evicting a family with a gun while children were in the house. And that's why I played that video to showing what we could do, what the Black Panthers them have done. We got so many people to show you. We got so many how they did it, but we don't know how to get up out of community building. We've been taught not to trust ourselves. This ain't like this just happened last night. It's been ongoing. Let me see, Mickey. This from Sir Gregory. Mickey, I managed majority retail stores for 45 years and realized the problem. I tried to hire blacks and won 70% of my workforce and failed. I then went 55% black and became successful. Understandable. Let me see, Andre Holland. Good morning. Thank you for tapping in, good brother. The lovely Avis one talking to me. Okay. Now I get what you're saying, but you're gonna have to get what my only thing you can't really give up, Andre. I mean, Sir Gregory, my bad. You can't really give up. You gotta keep it fighting. And I see what you're saying, B. Marie. But they had to learn it from somewhere. I mean, if you go watch it, like I say, I'll be watching a lot of Kev Mack videos on seeing how they was over there with the you know, how they doing with their gang task force and everything. They got a program called the Grid Program. If y'all been hip to Big U, you'll see what be going on. They usually go get gang members from that area and have them, you know, try to do some stopping the crime before it happened, or they get when they find out, they try to do things. Maybe we need something like that here. We have been conditioned to hate ourselves and undervalue. For sure, Miss Tia. For sure. Maybe we need, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe we do need these ward captains. But it's something that the council people should do. You know what I'm saying? It's something that they should do. You're going to need this in these times right now. It should have been done. I mean, maybe it wasn't did out of the righteous way it was set up. Maybe you put something in place for, like, look, if you become a ward captain. Let me see what Mark Hutchinson said. He said, respectfully, Mickey. Wards 1, 2, and 3 got to vote for better people, Leon, Liddell, LaShawn. There are alternatives. Character matters. If North Flint keep voting the same, nothing will change. To be honest with you, Mark, I can't give you LaShawn. I think it was some stuff that happened in the clerk office. Your people are only as good as their leaders' facts. But you know something, Mark, though, man, there was so many BS the plays that got in that went in on that. It was so many plays. Avis, I said Mr. Blackwell was on point. It was so many plays that was in on that though, Mark. As far as how LaShawn got in, she got the help in and splitting the vote up on Miss Biggs, and also them absentee ballots. And then, you know, and I hate to say it, family, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the reason Miss Biggs gonna catch hell, and I think it's downright scandalous, but it is what it is. Y'all know what it is. Her problem is don't none of the blacks here, as far as this political, they thinking John gonna have say so over. Let's be honest. That's what this whole thing is. She catching backlash because of John. I say it out loud. That's what her problem coming in. That Flint's problem is the people running the city are black and black. Are all black, and black people will never be able to do it, no matter how much money you throw at it. Let me see. The 7th ward candidate was talking out the side of his neck while he was speaking viewpoints and calling people out from the chat for not being present. He still won't come over. But concrete, you know, well, let me say this. And I think really what he displayed yesterday in my humble opinion, I thought was foolishness. And I'm being respectful with it. Like, if somehow you won't know who I am, that's what I'm talking about. You already showing that, listen, you supposed to be like, that's like me coming up on it and I'm like, no, you don't want you don't want no more of this that's going on. To me, it was just like, okay, you gonna show you got a violent side. That's basically what you were saying. Then y'all don't want to know me. That is the problem. That is the problem right there. That's why I say sometimes everybody don't need to speak. You know how many times Winters have been calling people to come down to council, so now y'all fed up. How you think the people before y'all came down there? Is y'all down there because it's election season? So you got to watch a lot of things when people do stuff. You know what I'm saying? We had been asking people, it's people before, they've been asking people to come down there. But now all of a sudden it's coming down there. What was sad is the people that came down there was asking council to help them get their roofs together. Then you come find out, I'm throwing the mayor in this. Then you come to find out an organization over in the 7th Ward, a good damn them activists over there, went and did what they needed to do. That should have been right there, a kick in the face. But then nobody look at that. Let me see. We still need concerned citizens, council groups, facts. Because all we doing is showing violence again. We need to get the voices of Flint residents in one place. Let me see what Mark said. What John got to do with anything? Miss Big is perfectly capable. John is an entry point to keep Bev out. Then worried about Bev, not John. That's what, but Mark, I'm only being honest with you. I would love to sit up here and say that's not what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I wish I was wrong. The American power structure has strategized against the black community since the early 60s. Facts, using other blacks as their puppets until this day. Change can occur if we pull back together mentally. I wish we can do the economics together. These young people all over the U.S. is tender. They can't handle constructive criticism. You serve everyone, even the people who don't agree with you. But they don't understand that. They don't understand that, Katie. I was wondering which elected officials live in Central Park area, which heavily highlighted last night. In the cultural area, you said which elected officials like what? We see Candace stay in the 7th Ward. Now, did she get a house over there in that side of the 7th Ward? They're afraid of, let me see. Let me see. I wish we could come together like the 56. I wish we could too, but you saw last night, Maria, what was really last night meeting was probably the best meeting that we ever seen. Because we seen now other people seeing what they have been asking. And it's just crazy that they tired now. They're afraid of John inspiring people to rise above them with their, Miss T, I didn't realize you said that. I love Miss Biggs and her attitude, but she will not ever win in Flint. Miss Biggs has 3 strikes against her. John, Jed, and Neely. Facts. Who got the home improvement funds? The Court Street Village. That organization. The lady, she was at council. She broke it down. She did right what she was supposed to do. They did the righteous thing. If I'm not mistaken, ain't that the same group Neely called and said that he gave them some more money? He went above what they had requested. Let me see this right here. It was all about 7th Ward and where the roofs went. May's been talking about that shit for years. I mean, when he wanted to give each ward $1 million, I'm glad it didn't happen like that. With some of them people, the way they like to take is scandalous. I'm just being honest with you. Last night really showed that they could have been doing the work. And it was showing how it was being hampered. You ain't hearing about none of them in the 7th Ward was saying how they roofs ain't get did right. And yeah, they might have did have people volunteer. But hell, that's what did you see what the Black Panther said they did? They did it on their own. No different. I'll play it again. It was no different. I listen. I don't think they had strings attached to their program when they got there over their 400,000 a dreamer. Like they said, they caught people taxes up, water bill up, painted houses, did roofs. And you mean to tell me you couldn't get none of it? The mayor couldn't even, he wanted to do a lottery? Let that sink in. Mickey, if the people don't come out to make a change, they're deserts to get what they get. They have very few stalling for them, but they can't stand for themselves. They know what they doing. They just, you know what? They just, it's terrible. Let me see this. Just remember the Central Park area is across the street from Central High School. So where opera funds used to keep up the redevelopment of the area. I'm just saying. They probably getting some in that too. Who knows? See, I see that Mari has ideas and will the council take any of them and implement? No, but Neely may. He started you but you know what? They gotta do something. I mean, if you're gonna steal it, maybe it's for the good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's for the good. But I'm hoping people see that. Why ain't none of the council people working with Mari? Why they not doing it? Why they not working with it? Like I say, it's so many people. I'm seeing some of the elders that's coming out that's, as they would say, reputables. They can do this and that. Why not get with them? Why not introduce ward captains? I know y'all scared to introduce them because y'all feel like the mayor been and got cool. But maybe you put it in if you're a ward captain, you in this seat for 4 years, you can't run for council. Then if you want to run for council when it's up, so that person ain't got to worry. There's so many things you can do. But put a salary out there. Open up these centers right now and let them have offices up in there where the people can come to. You can have conflict resolutions. Get with some of these different organizations. But, we ain't going to have that type of forward thinking like that. Let me see. Should have all that got that money show up with an accounting of the funds like last night. Yeah, they did it right. Court Street did it all the way right. Mott will get in on all improvements in the Central Park area. But you know what can you really do though, Maria? I mean, I know I'm hearing, I get it on a lot of things that's going on, but like if you do take Mott away, what you got here? They the only game in town. And I'm looking at, and I'm kind of, like I say, I just think the people that's going to them, we ain't got the right people. I'm not saying that they not taking advantage of the people that's coming to them and getting the peanuts. But when you got Detroit, you got maybe 2 or 3 different people where you can down there go and get money from. And you know what I'm saying? But we just got to hope the people that's going and get the money, like I would love for them to come get you. I would love for them to come and get you because you're already in that field. When they do try to put this panel together, far as ward captains and talking to they need to also be having counseling for the mothers. Oh no, we definitely not gonna benefit from it, but they gonna hand it to them though, cuz I'm gonna be honest with you. These jokers they got in office, they gonna hand it to them with no problem. As you can see, they gonna hand it to them with no problem. Only thing is, you got to hope you got the new negotiators in that's going to have some backbone and stand up. And like I say, we wouldn't even be no big thing. The mayor, you could you can let the mayor have that seat, be the mayor. But if you had the 6 or 7 council people that will really show what it mean, all we seeing is like what the president got. He's able to run rough house because he got his votes. It's no different than this fella right down the street. I mean, I'm telling you, we need you got to have some counseling for these young mothers. Just think about it. You had this thing with our ex-kids, then there was encouraging people to get young girls to get pregnant. You got to just think how easy that is. Like, I mean, most people don't look at it like that. But we got to do so much. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you take it away, Sir Gregory, what you gonna replace it with? You can go look at other areas. As we can see right now, if you take it away, what you gonna replace it with? And that's just like with people on welfare. If you didn't prepare them to get off of it, if you snatch it from them, what you think gonna happen? We're not prepared. We didn't prepare nothing. And that's even, maybe I might be wrong. That's like even with some of these council people, you know what I'm saying? Like how we looking in some wards, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's so many things that could have been done better. And I'm looking at it even with the, like I say, even with the mayoral run. Can we be mad? And I'm like I say, when just asked all the great questions, where did Mick for mayor come from? But damn, but when you get things like this, how do you think people can slide in? And if, believe me, if this mayor was doing his job, he wouldn't just have to base his vote on one voting block. He wouldn't have to base it on one voting block. And don't get me wrong, I hope Tanya could get in and win. I hope, you know what I'm saying, Arthur win. Like I say, I'm hoping so many people could win. But to be honest with you, do I think you gonna beat this system? Hell no. Hell no. Let me see. My does donate a lot to the city. Kettering, U of M, MSU, not so much. Why can't we raise the taxes on those corps that are making money hand over fist? Shit, you gotta act. Ain't none of them gonna do that. I can tell you that right now. They ain't doing that. It allows them to study the adverse effects of poisoning. Tuss Flint 2.0 might be on to something. I mean, might put everything in place and control the city and the people. I mean, this is all they know. That's like why you think a lot of them they knew General Motors. Like this is what they was able to do for 30, 40 years. So that's why you got some people thinking like we need to bring more plants in. We need, you know what I'm saying? You had some who was thinking like, what is the update for those damn data centers? They coming. They coming. Cause I don't really listen when they was talking about what happened out there in the Bay Area with San Fran, how they got them things up there. I don't think people, they don't care. I mean, the ones at the top, it's about money. They don't care about the ones down here. Just think about it with our water crisis. We was just looking at what happened down there. Let me go back to my email. What happened down there in what was that at? I gotta find it. The state of emergency in Auburn Hills and Lake Orion and all down there. Look how they finna get that together. I bet you ain't gonna take no 12 or 14 years. Then I just got another one. I might have didn't talk about it with y'all. But this Janet, I be y'all making me mess up these one of them whistle names. Now just check this out. I damn was on some Janet Jackson 14, what was that, 1490? Let me get this together. They said, look at this, Lansing Polytrix. What's crazy about this is she created the fake nonprofit after the money was swung for her. And she used her home address as the fake nonprofit's headquarters. This is nearly what up. This is nearly what this shit right. This is nearly what Rep. Okay, I got it right. Nearly what Rep. Cynthia Neely was trying to do last state budget with $25 million to a non-existent nonprofit. But look at that right here. And this is what Dana Ness will do. And matter of fact, let me go over here and pull it up for y'all. And it's the problem, family. 1814, thank you. Man, I was messing up. I was reading too many things at one time. Let me get to this for y'all real quick. I got to go over here. Let me see. Have you seen the BS in Atlanta with the data centers? They tapped into the water supply illegally. Complaints of brown water and noise pollution. Facts. No, I was saying some of it. Hold on, let me get right here. I seen them, they was talking about it, but listen, this thing is terrible. How can we stop it? Okay, let me get right here. Let me go to my emails. I gotta pull this one up for y'all, family. This ain't nothing what Mickey did. Let me take this out before I mess around and mess up. I don't need all y'all seeing that. And where this is from. Okay, well, y'all know where the source coming from. This is Fox News. Let me see. And ain't nobody said shit about her trying to steal me. I'm finna pull it up for you. You know, Fox News and got it now. So, you know, they mad at her about this one. Let me pull this one up. Y'all see it. Dem donors, massive taxpayer-funded payday blows up into felony case rolling state politics. Here we go right here. What it says. Michigan Attorney General, a Democrat, announced 16 felony charges against Democratic donor Faye Boudin on Wednesday, alleging that she used a $20 million state grant to enrich herself. State records cited by investigators said Boudin's company received an initial $10 million deposit on April 1st, 2023 from a $20 million state grant intended to attract more business activity to Michigan. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel alleges Boudin instead used grant funds for personal enrichment, including maintaining a $550,000 annual salary. Shit. Today, we allege Faye Boudin's son to receive a $20 million Michigan enhancement grant from the state legislature, operated a criminal enterprise, used those funds for personal expenses and her own enrichment, and lied repeatedly when reporting how she used those funds, Nessel said of the charges. Wow. That's worth right there. But like I said, I got that from Fox News. Let me see. They trying to run blacks out of New Orleans, say folks got evacuated due to sea level. It may raise and it may not. Just a way to get folks out. Wow. Well, you know they want their stuff back, man. Let me get this. But I'm just saying, that's Dana Nessel. It said the process by which the grant was proposed, developed, and awarded and administered bears practically zero semblance to traditional grant process. It was only made possible through a system that pairs political cronyism with minimum oversight, Nessel continued. What about Flint? The charges have also created political fallout in Michigan because Boudin was a donor to Democratic candidates and committees after her company received the grant. The criminal complaint does not allege that any other candidate or committee knew of the alleged misuse of grant funds. Really? Federal records show that Boudin donated well over $50,000 to various Democratic campaigns following the grant in April 2023. Notable Democrats to receive donations from Boudin included Michigan Senate frontrunner Rep. Haley Stevens, Senator Elissa Slotkin, and as well as Reps Hillary Sultan and Kristen McDonald-Rivet, both of whom are defending toss-up House seats. Wow. It said Congress campaign received 1,000 from Faye in 23. Previous cycle spokes. But this ain't nothing new, family. Like, why are we acting like this is new? But why they ain't saying nothing about what the state rep did? Said, but why is Nessel not targeting Neely's wife? I have no idea. She might be on the show this Saturday. They didn't have nothing to say when Governor Snyder poured in the city and used money to pay his legal fees. That's what they do at the top. But who did she piss off? That all these people, I'm just saying, wowzer. Who did she piss off? But I'm just saying, hold up. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to ask y'all this question, family. I could have swore, now, when that thing came through, right, for her $20 million, wasn't that the MEDC, right? And I'm not trying to get in y'all business on what y'all was doing. But wasn't Neely like the fifth vote allegedly on that for her to get that $20 million? If I'm not mistaken, I remember getting an email from that. But if my email person is there, can you please hit me back and let me know? You can put a little wink, and if you hit me with an email. But wasn't he like the fifth vote for that $20 million? And ain't that what he wanted to? I'm just saying, I got an email. And then his wife, well, I ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna just put that on his wife like that. I think it's more him, but you know, they husband and wife, so it is what it is. Kenneth said allegedly she didn't pay the right people. Well, she pissed some people off because they coming for her. If Trump looked at Michigan, he would drain the swamp. She'd probably like, I don't want to touch it. It'll cost him the Trump. I want to come up here and mess with Michigan. He didn't seen it. He seen everybody to come up in Michigan. It becomes problems for him. But damn, who does she piss off that now? And Dana Nessel don't probably finna roughhouse her. But do y'all think she really gonna go to jail? But I'm just saying, damn. When you look at, she kept her $500,000 salary, but they didn't know that money was gonna go to shit. What's the word I'm looking for? To most of the money to go to pay themselves. That's no different than here. What about the young lady that was getting a summer job where she come back up for another couple $100,000? Wasn't most of that money going to pay themselves? Like, do we sit up here and just we could just sit up here and just play the game? They didn't know where she was going. You right, Kenneth. Maybe she didn't pay the right people. She picked the wrong side. Said, yeah, that information about us being below sea level, not new. Yeah, facts. They've been playing games. Like, we act like we ain't seen what happened here. They keep forgetting it was before they let, all you gotta do is look at 75. All you gotta do is look at 75. St. John's is no longer here. But they eventually moved. You know, they're gonna get what they want. Mm-mm. Man. I ain't gonna mess with that. I was seeing a lot of stuff that's going on. What is going on here? Seeing a lot of stuff going on, family. Not liking it. I was looking at some other. Oh, we got Trade Day coming up. Shout out. May 14th. It's this weekend. No, May 14th. They got Trade Day, fam. You know I gotta go ahead and shout out. They doing something. He brought a championship, you know. Usually when Michigan win them championships, you know, it got to be a guy from Flint on the team. But this Trade Day coming up. Y'all know, y'all make sure y'all be there for Trade Day at the riverfront. About time we celebrate our own. Let me see. I couldn't find anything on Neely Fifth Vote. You couldn't find. No, I'm just saying I got an email when they said that MEDC. That's why I said allegedly. That's why I was asking the person who was sending me the emails if you want to put a wink in it. Oh. I thought I had something. That's something else, family. I just got it on my email so I can see. If she stats enough, she won't do time. If she does, it will be with Maxwell. They're going to give her a break. Let me see, Mickey. I'm sorry, I had surgery. My writing is not the best. Residents at Neely being like Trump. That's right there. Starts with you. I hope you're doing better, Lorna. So you really want to change? If not, why not? I don't think I would love to say, I would love to come on here and tell y'all, but listen, man, I'm looking at, I'm looking at a lot of stuff, family. We ain't finna change nothing until we can change the mindset. Like I say, I can play that video for y'all 1,000 times. When people got together. Let me see. When you look at a lot of these 501c, look at these Flint 501c3, they exist for 3 years, then fold. The feds require disclosure of funds at 3 years. So many of them disappear. Cyrus Park is a good example. Yeah, they reinvent themselves. But what can we really do when they, you know what I'm saying? This is the game they teaching. This is the game they teaching. That they pay. No, they didn't pack us. Like I said, it's the game they teaching. I'm trying to take family. We can't really get down there 10 people, maybe 20 or 30 people to get out to really come stand. I'm telling y'all, And I hate that's what's going on through this violence, but they should have. There's so many people who do, but I got to see what the council gonna do. Mickey, you know what need to remind me of Nixon saying, "I'm not a crook." Facts. The feds have to locate them and prosecute. Listen, but if they really want to come here, and that's the thing, do they really want to come here? You didn't have people voting. Listen, do you know the feds came here, they would been and locked these jokers up in less than no time. I'm saying, being honest with y'all, they'd lock them up less than no time. You had council people voting on their own nonprofits. Let that sink in for a minute. You didn't have a council person take their ward money and fix their own property up with it. That don't look like. Look at over at. Let's go to the DDA. You had a woman use her P card as a tricking card, allegedly, blew 20,000. Somehow drove from Detroit past Flint, went to Fitton, came back, stopped in Flint, dropped the check off, drove back to Detroit. Let that sink in, then got rewarded with a 6-figure job. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, it was the tricking P card. And I'm not going to just put that on her. I believe a lot of them have used that card to fund their little devilish ways in my alleged profession. Here we go again. I'm with you, cuz I'm still perplexed at the fact the city attorney can't find the people who abandoned property, but can find Jed in 2 or 3 different states, and they can. It's who it depends on who they want. Like I said, it depends on who they want. If they want a lot of stuff there, they know what to do. They whole big thing is they was trying to fund that Mays Center. And yet, now you finally got it on record about that opera money when they put that last $40 million. It's the fund balance now. It took all these years. Now it's on record. But remember, they kept saying it would be tracked the way opera was. Oh, now Candace. Now you want to see some. What's up, Raphael? Thank you for tapping in. Hey, listen, we still on this side, brother. As long as we on this side, everything is sweet. Hell, give me the names. I'll find them. I'm just saying. I remember I had got an email. They know what they doing, man. We be sitting up here playing games. We got people really think, but he a cold gangster though. But I don't want to. Listen. I know I talk junk. I was cracking jokes when I said his wife not a dude here. I wasn't lying. That was a fact. But what I'm saying, if y'all want me to believe that this one, what's up, Shotty Shard, that this woman sat up here and came up with a plan to get that $25 million for a nonprofit. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would love to be wrong. I would, but if y'all think she writing them bills that's down there, yeah, come on. And I'm not mad because she wouldn't be the first. There's a lot of people, they threw people up in there that didn't know what they was doing. This ain't nothing new. Y'all acting like this the first time there's been unqualified people that's been put in these positions. Shit. They've been doing what they doing. We just now starting to pay attention to it more. Y'all be looking at movies and stuff and be laughing at them and can't see in real life y'all got people like that leading y'all. I'm just, I see Maria said just one fine resident. What's up, sweet cupcake on break? Thank you for tapping in, beloved. Like I'm telling you, I'm so sick of that council right now. After I seen all that, I mean, the residents should be sick. Even if you got an organization here, I'll be looking at the Court Street organization, not Court Street, they doing their job. I'll be looking at the Evergreen, when they did through that organization, all the other ones, and man, and y'all ain't brought no help, no relief to us over here. Shit. I already been fell out with the Evergreen when they did that thing with Dilla Luna through Meet Your Ward candidates in the 7th Ward, how they cheated for Candace. And now I get it. But them over there, I'm telling y'all, my fellow 740, and y'all should be sick with y'all organizations over there. If they ain't Court Street or Central Park, y'all should be happy. But that's downright scandalous. And Mark, you right on that. They know where these people at. But ain't nobody, when you ain't got certain people speaking up for you, you always gonna have lack of representation for your community down there. You were thinking what Candace doing for the ones over there by Central and by the college, you would think she would have that same type of attitude for the ones over there by the IMA in the valley, over there by Stewart School. You would think they would have that same attitude. I'm pretty sure people over there would have loved to got their roofs done. I'm pretty sure. Man, ain't doing nothing for nobody. Them Raphael said they are doing the same junk down here. They can't find blighted they own these properties because those people are being allegedly been paid off. Listen, I'm tripping that they not gonna find. And another thing I want to say with land bank, I ain't mad at them. Did you see how it can easily take houses off being demolished, but they gotta be being brought up to code? Like, family, y'all better pay attention. If y'all can't see the game that's being played on us, they study just throwing it in your face, throwing it. They showing you at any minute they can, if they want to, but you got to force them. Over there, Court Street and Central Park, they doing their thing. They doing exactly what they supposed to do. They doing exactly what they supposed to do. But what we doing? Playing games. We'll brag about this person got this. Oh, man, you see this? Listen, and we over here living in squalor. I would be hurt all the times I seen them people over there bragging. And this is crazy. Well, you know what? I just found y'all some more stuff. I got to be honest with y'all. But people forget about this right here. I'm going to play this again for y'all.
Certainly hope
because we don't take nothing serious. We're going to, let me come back. I hit that last. Let me go with this one right here. I got to do this rendition.
Tahari Knox.
This from the y'all know who this from, the young lady, Marty. Hold on, let me get this. But we so out of touch. And this is courtesy of 810 Flint. You know I got to go ahead and play this. Courtesy of 810 Flint. Let me go ahead and get this together.
Knox, 9 years old. Tahari was murdered in a drive-by shooting while sleeping in her home last week. Tahari should be outside playing with her family right now. Instead, her family is getting ready for her funeral. How many more children have to die before everyone in leadership realizes that something is terribly wrong in our city? How many more children have to die before you stop fighting each other and actually work together to address the crime? How many more children have to die before you care?
Being a kid in Flint is knowing that you can go to bed at night and not wake up in the morning because you are gunned down while you are dreaming. Being a kid in Flint is knowing that if something bad happens, it will trend on social media for a few days. Maybe someone will be arrested, but other than that, nothing else is being done. Being a kid in Flint is watching elected leaders put more focus on personal squabbles than teaming up to make the city a better place for the people that elected them and for the kids that have to live here. Kids here in Flint are just as used to gunshots as they are of the sound of birds chirping in the morning. Kids here in Flint are used to crime scene tape, nonstop sirens, and nonstop violence. They are used to feeling like nobody cares about them.
Tahari Knox.
So I just don't want y'all like that just started overnight. This is how our neighborhoods are. When you can be just sitting in your living room, it's not safe. And I get what the young lady was saying, what Mari and her sister were saying. This is what people, this is the type of pressure you up under. Like I told you, I remember like maybe about 10 years ago. I remember I was up my cousin. He was staying in Sunridge. I remember I was coming up there to pick him up. I remember an incident. This was like I say, kids was outside, and I called it a Mexican standoff because both parties had pulled guns on each other. And I remember it was a baby wanted to be like 2 years old, and it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I remember my cousin, he was coming in reverse, flying past me. To be honest with y'all, it was one of my other cousins, he was already out there, but I seen this car coming in reverse. To show you how naive I was, I wasn't even paying attention that. And when I did catch on what was going on, I was right there by it. And I was remembering I seen the kids was out there. Like I said, it was a baby with a diaper on. This is what a lot of time what people got to see. And certainly, don't get me wrong. Like I say, I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? It should be other ways we supposed to be able to figure to, like I say, get with this conflict resolution. But this is what you get. Just imagine. I was just and I can't think it was in Chicago. I think it was it was an Uber driver, and I want to say, "What's up, Granny G? Thank you for tapping in." I want to say it was a basketball player. He was a maybe was going to be All American. Both of them got killed because they was having a shootout, and they got caught up. If I'm not mistaken, my cousin was telling me about it. I mean, we didn't have plenty of them incidents, and that's what happened. But we don't have, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do better. We have a lot of these things going on. But I mean, to act like we just listen, we have so many issues going on. That's even when the stuff when Tanya was trying to get that together. Tanya been asking for this stuff. Nobody was listening. I agree. My kids heard it and went back to sleep. We need the police to get back to foot patrol and have them move into the communities they serve. Dedicate funds to pay for info beforehand. That's what I'm saying. If you get these ward captains or whatever, I mean, that's the ward, or if we got them where they would be in here, ones that can go talk to the, you know what I'm saying? That see, we gonna need some people that can get out here and talk to the youth. And I say again, because basically, family, I'm just saying you're gonna have to have somebody that's connected, that can go and facilitate things, that's in these streets, but at the same time, you're gonna need some insurances for some of these where you don't have people putting their neck outs on the line. I'm just telling you. See, said okay. Concrete said, yep. Young blood was coming from a basketball game. They followed his Uber and drove up at a stoplight and lit up the car. See what I'm saying? How you can easily be, but this is where we act with each other. But it's been for so long, from years of doing destruction, you're not gonna clean it up overnight. And that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like we see all of this, and I'm not knocking none of the people when they did. I remember I walked in that Stop the Violence, but it was only downtown Flint. I remember I went and walked. I didn't agree with that walk when they did it. I thought it was BS because you should have went in them neighborhoods. That's where you go at where the violence is at. They kept it safe for the people where you can go walk down. That wouldn't, and you know, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but I didn't agree with that. But this is the type of thinking that we got. No, you got to go into them neighborhoods where them people is at. Going downtown, I thought that was one of the worst things that was did. Let me see. I talk to those in my neighborhood all the time. Parents need to be more involved. Know your neighbors. Facts. But we don't even do that no more. We too busy, got our faces balled up at each other. If we not in your little circle, you know what I'm saying? Even when I'm out here, I'm out. How you doing, good brother? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Trying to come with something enlightening. Ain't no you just coming, you know, it's a lot of the things we got to approach how we deal with the youth. Then we got to meet them. I remember coming up, you had open gym. Like I say, we had so many things. Right now, all we offering as kids is nothing. And parents do need to be parenting. Quit trying to be their friends. Quit trying to relive your life through what you didn't do back then. That's on you. I'm watching them, how they letting their kid, like I said, and I ain't mad at none of the parents. Y'all did y'all thing. But if you just go look at our communities and you go look at other people's communities, what they do, we blow the money to show. That's all. Like I'm just saying, if you go look what we do, is downright scandalous. Like I said, we'll send our kids to school, can't read or write. We're gonna be dressed in at like $1,000. And it do supposed to be, it don't make no sense that if you got kids in high school reading at a 4th grade level, that's crazy. That's crazy. I have none but respect for the mother or the father. I'm gonna say both of the parents that's sending their kid to Brother Elliot to let him go ahead and do some tutoring. That mean that them parents they invested in, on their kid education. We just need more of that. But we had kids we buy them all type of video games, have all the tennis shoes. Don't get me wrong. My kids got the PlayStation, Xboxes, and all that other stuff too. But they damn sure had better grades than me in school. That's all I can tell you. Let me see. When a new person comes into the neighborhood, introduce yourself and kids. Let them know your community watches out for each other. Less crime because someone is watching. We all have cameras as well. Facts. Traffic stops for expired plates is needed. There's probably more than that to stop needs attention and it's revenue. I sympathize, but at the same time, I don't drive dirty. I get it, but do we want to really get off into what we're going to be looking at more with the plates and then we let other things go, slide? Because we know when we do, I'm not saying, I believe everybody should have insurance on theirs. I got insurance on mine. Everybody has insurance on their cars. But we know in in less fortunate areas, they gonna have that. Do we want the police just targeting that? Because that's saying what we be targeting. Hell, I be seeing people speeding and everything. I done seen cars run red light speed. The police don't grab them. But I done seen some youth come through and the police been and grabbed them. Listen, I done seen so many bad driving that the police let go. And I'll be looking at them like, damn, I know y'all seen them. Don't bother them. Don't bother. My thing is I just don't want it to be where we over policing. And I'm not saying you don't need it because I get it, all the stuff that's going on. But sometimes we bring in these people in that these police that they bringing in, some of them are doing more damage than they doing good. And I'll give you a prime example, city council, the way they treated them people. Look how the police in Flint, they really, and I'm not saying, look, everyone's we done seen been jackasses. How they done treated the residents down at council. Then with the little protest here, how they did, come on, I mean, the way they went after Jed, like you would have thought Jed did some killing. Yeah, I got lit up for a plate back in my back when doing Genesee Township. Another time lit up in Genesee, when doing Genesee Township, and another time lit up in Genesee Township for a daytime running light out of fixed the ticket. Yeah, listen. I'll tell you this though. I've been fighting my tickets lately. I ain't gonna lie. I went through some of the BS y'all be talking. I mean, well, not y'all. People went through. I remember going up Ballinger. State boy, he had a little funky ass attitude. Gave me a ticket, said I ain't have my seatbelt on. I'm like, I did have it on. A girl was right next to me. She went to talk and he hit her one. She had her seatbelt on. But we went up there and fought it. Guess who? Beat it. Like, I didn't have them come play like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff that I dislike when you get the police doing that. But I done seen the police do some weird shit like this before. I done seen where, you know how they have a person pulled over, let them go. I done seen the person, they didn't let speed by come over, pull me over. And I'm like, are you serious or you didn't see him? License and registration, here you go. Well, you know this, man, come on. You just saw him speed by, but you rather grab me. Like, I done been through that. And I mean, that's some BS. And like I said, when I was down at council, what's up, sister? I talked to most of the police was down there. Like I said, the only thing is just when I seen how they handled the residents. So that's why they need to live in the city they serve. When we grew up, we knew the officers. Only officers we know now are the abusive ones. Facts. None of them officers live in this. I could believe that, because I'm just saying, look how they did the Lawson family with their food. Just sprayed the food, messed up their whole food and everything. It's just terrible. Some are. I mean, the majority probably are, but I believe it's some who not in the BS with them. But if you go look how this whole thing is set up, you'll understand. Yeah, I mean, you got some because I was looking at when people was talking, said most of your police officers, not all, but most of them was bullied on, and I could believe that. I could believe that when they feel like they get in, but I still think of this system because we got to remember too. You had a time just how they was doing. Facts. There are some good ones, but they are treated bad due to the others. Facts. I mean, look, we watch it. We watch these movies and act like we can't see what's going on. It's just terrible, family. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is terrible, and we do need to do something. But I'm looking for, let's say, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Almost all police involved in corruption. Listen, I'm not saying it ain't. To me, it was a corrupted system. They human. You're gonna have people who have listen, when you had that one cop that was racist, like you know how many they didn't probably know racist cop. Like I'm with Pam Bond. You probably if you went and grabbed all the racist police, you'd probably had to there wouldn't be enough police officers in the United States. I'm just being said there's research on bad officers being bullied as children. And the power is high for them. Facts. But then you just got some who just like let's just go back to what was the South Carolina in that football game where that state patrol gonna shoulder bump to that athlete. Just think about it. So it ain't like we ain't been seeing this. It ain't like we ain't been seeing this. They will move them around. Oh, you cut up here. Let me go and let you go to another spot here. You not gonna stop what they it's shit. Even listen, I'm looking at a lot of things that's going on. Just look at the Supreme. Oh, I got the video I want to play for y'all. Hold on, let me get it. I got it. Hot damn, I almost
9
forgot
years
it.
old.
Almost
Councilman
forgot it.
Leon L. Alameen.
This
Councilman
right
Leon.
here is rough too. I'm gonna put this up here, and this all you need to know, family. This ain't what Mickey said. This is what's going on. Courtesy of 810 Flint. That's all I can say.
Councilman Leon L. Alameen served time in prison for being a cocaine dealer. Now he is charged with beating up his girlfriend. Once a crook, always a crook. That is the public comment from Mr. Blackwell. Councilman Leon L. Alameen served time in prison for being a cocaine dealer. Now he is charged with beating up his girlfriend. Once a crook, always a crook. That is the
Boy, when I tell you listen, I get it why he didn't want to come up in there, but that was one of the people that that was one of them. Mr. Black, hey, listen, this what I'm telling. Oh no, I got another one for you. That ain't the only one. That shout out to 810 Flint again. This is probably the most diabolical one of them all. Now, I know I played it for y'all yesterday, but I'm just saying, you got to think a lot of stuff that's going on. This is another one. Yeah, he wasn't listening. When you heard Davina said that's why he didn't want to come there. He couldn't take the heat. But when you make yourself public, this would happen. But this another one, people, I want y'all to pay attention to. This ain't what Mickey said.
Certainly hope that the Supreme Court will overturn Amendment 14. Certainly hope that the Supreme Court will overturn Amendment 14. Overturn Amendment 14. Overturn Amendment 14. Certainly hope that the Supreme Court will overturn Amendment 14. Certainly hope that the Supreme Court will overturn Amendment 14. Overturn Amendment 14. Overturn Amendment 14. Certainly.
I just wanted to play that for y'all. Because this is the type of madness that you finna be facing. You want people that's gonna stand on 10 toes for you and not the ones gonna just push stuff through. Like 14th Amendment, they don't think that's coming. In due time, you pay attention. There will be more of those now that they read it out loud. Facts. Lorna said, Mickey, now you can go nowhere now, and either you and gun shoots fire, fight and robbery. Mickey, I just told my 6-year-old granddaughter, I am not your friend. You will be picking up your teeth. Yeah, for sure. Y'all hear that? Amendment 14 was made us citizens. We are all their people that said your voting don't matter. Where's all the people that say your votings don't matter? Fact, that's what I'm saying. The 14th Amendment. You heard what he said, right? But if the Democrats want to do something, they can strike this stuff down. They need to play hardball. But is they going to play hardball? Is they going to keep playing, oh, we all got to get along? They want that black vote gone. Scared of the outcome this shit. Also could take citizenship from black folks. Facts. But you don't see, but ain't nobody mad about none of that. Don't nobody, I don't hear the Republicans. I'm listening to, I want to know how the Republicans feel on that. Do they care about it? Yeah, I think we got comfortable. We forgot. No, we didn't forget. You know what I'm saying? The ones at the top thought it would never happen. And then they finally got Trump up in there. And he went ahead with his crew. And it is what it is. But this is where we at right now. That's why I'm looking at Neely. If voting doesn't matter, why are they trying so hard to stop you from voting? Listen, facts. Them people were scared. But like I told you, it started in Louisiana. And you see how that South High is running. It's going Florida, then hopped on it. Tennessee, then hopped on it. You finna start seeing it. It finna sweep their way through there. And that's what I'm saying. So is the Democrats going to play hardball and strip this thing down? Because basically, family, we might be damn near headed to a civil war here. Let's see if the Democrats play that hardball. Let's see if MAGA going to go back to the White House. Is they're going to go back to this. They're going to go back to the House of, Congress and show out again. Is we going to keep making excuses? I'm just saying is we're going to keep making excuses. If we look, they knock us down for wanting freedom. And I thought all this, when they did this redistricting, didn't nobody see, but they ain't see nothing wrong with the redistricting that they did here. I heard the anyway, every 10 years, we bullshit, change it. No one in the house cares about this shit. Black folks gonna make it. We've been oppressed for centuries. This is nothing new. There will be another mass exodus from the South in about 5 to 7 years. Facts. Facts. But for him to come on there and just say, we're looking at that 14th Amendment. Like, wow. Citizenship. Facts. All those, the reason they built all of those ICE prisons are for blacks and brown people that don't follow their plan. Facts. I just seen, on one, they showed where they ICE grabbed a black dude, and I guess he didn't have his ID or something, or he had it, and they detained him. And it's like, but this is what look, family, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Y'all acting like these are not some of the, like, I'm just going to ask a question. Do y'all think all them people I'm just saying, do you think, in all honesty, that Bull Connor them seeds is no longer here? You think the South, all that rhetoric, because we see it here. Y'all really think what this thing was built off of is gone? You think all them people then died off and none of their seeds still here? As well as enough of me and your ass here, they got seeds that's still here too. If you go look at Congress, go look at when Barack had both houses, he couldn't get them to do, he couldn't make that blacks vote every 25 years, we got to ratify. He couldn't make that permanent. Just think about it. That could have easily been written up in the law. But you got to look at, you got your Democrats, your Dixiecrats, and what's the makeup of Congress? That should tell you all you need to know. What's the makeup of Congress? You mean to tell me they couldn't vote that in the law, but they'd rather keep dangling that over your head every 25 years? We got to be more careful. The Republicans' attitudes reflect Project 2025, and this is what they mean by Make America Great Again. Hell yeah. When Lyndon Johnson told you we got to get them somebody to look down on, we still asking for houses and different. Hold on, I think I got another one for y'all. Hold on, I got one more for y'all. I got
Certainly hope.
Years and their children.
Time in
Why did I put this? I got one more for you.
Councilman Leon L. Alamin.
Yep. I got one more for you. Hold on, I got one more for you. We're gonna end it on this one. I got one more for you. Did I even put it up on here? No, not that one. Oh, here it go. We're going to use this one for you. I got one. I'm going to show you the nonsense that we're going through. Let me bring this down. Here we go. I got it for you right here. Here we go. We're going to make it work. Hold on. It's saying they will sound completely lost to you. When you speak the truth, your greatest pleasure would be seeing one of them being enlightened. Let me go here for you, family. Let me put this up here. This ain't what Mick say so. This ain't Mick saying it. Let me see what Cuzzo said. Funny how they are looking down on us now. They are struggling more than we are. Those that voted for Cheetah Tony are looking eye to eye now. Oh, yeah, man, I was going to play. I asked him for y'all. Hold on. Let me play this because this ain't what Mickey said.
I was raised to be white, black. I was raised to be equal to anyone. Listening to you, you are so prejudiced. I just can't believe it. I am shocked. You're scaring me.
I think we hear violence.
I'm so scared to go around the world next year because I was never a prejudiced person until I'm listening to you. It's really scary hearing what you're saying. I'm very scared.
White people fearing, what will the black folks do and stuff. We should be running down the street screaming, ramping, and raving because when you look at the statistics, who is the one dying? From the policemen, from the KKK, from the skinheads. What is he saying that you have a problem with? And why is it when a black man stands up to speak for his people and other people stand up to speak for their people, there's no problem with it? But you're saying he said black, he said Jew. When people talk, they talk like that. But why is it when a black man stands up to speak for his people, you feel so threatened? Everybody's paranoid. And you talk about it's not segregation. We live in Harlem. We live in Watts. We live in Bedford-Stuyvesant. That's a form of segregation. We walk through Bensonhurst. We get killed. So what are you talking about?
The young lady said she's afraid of violence. And isn't it sad that we who have been the victims of so much violence, now whites fear violence from us? We do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us. See? And what you fear, may I say this, sir? What you fear, and it's a deep guilt thing that white folks suffer. You are afraid that if we ever come to power, we will do to you and your fathers what you and your people have done to us. And I think you are judging us by the state of your own mind, and that is not necessarily the mind of black people.
Family, I'll see y'all later on today. Peace.